Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. On today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with us the basic items you need while starting out as a fashion designer, and we are going to be explaining these items in details, so kindly watch this video to the end. So the first item we are going to be needing is our sewing machine. This is it when you're learning from home. Okay, you need your sewing machine, you need your steam iron and your table for cutting and ironing. But in case you don't have your table, you can actually make it on the floor, it's still fine. Then you'll still be needing fabrics for practicing. So you can go ahead and buy very affordable fabrics to do your practice. Then we also need our tape rule. So for the tape rule, you can actually make this strip tape rule or the retractable tape rule. But just ensure that you change your tape rule once it gets old or once it has a damage. Kindly change it. So after that, we're going to be needing our machine oil. So the machine oil basically is for maintenance of your sewing machine. Okay, so that is it. Then the next item we have on our list is our thread, our sewing threads, and this is the recommended one. Actually, the one I'm going to recommend if you want that professional finishing, very clean finishing on your dresses. I'm actually recommending these particular threads. So I'm going to be showing us for these threads. Can you see how tiny the strands is? So even when you sew on your fabric, it's not really visible. Unlike the other type of thread we have, this one, the strands are quite bold. So when you sew, you can easily see it. Okay, so for a start, you can make use of these ones, but as you progress, kindly divert into using this particular tiny strands. It actually makes your work very neat. The next item we have on our list is our tailor chalk. So personally, I'm a fan of buying things in bulk, and it actually saves you time and saves you money instead of buying in piece. And this tailor chalk comes by 10 pieces and it has different colors as well. So that is it for the tailor chalk. Then the next is our office pin. Please kindly note that office pins are not just for beginners. So whether you're a beginner, an intermediate learner, or advanced, please, pins are very important. So make sure you don't run out of pins. You can use this to pin your seams together before you sew it. It makes your work very neat, makes your work faster, and it saves you a lot of time. Okay, so after that, we are going to be needing our measurement book. So for beginners, this is very important, not just for beginners anyways, but this is very important for every tailor. This is for jotting down your client's measurement instead of writing it in papers and losing it. Okay, so the next I'm going to be showing us is a bias tape. So this bias tape is a must-have. Like, you shouldn't run out of bias tape. Okay, bias tape comes in very handy. You can use to face your clothes, you can use to design your clothes, a lot of it. So as a beginner, you can just decide to buy this in 2 pairs, the black and the white. Okay, then with time, whenever you have any work that requires a different color, you can get it. So the next thing we are going to be looking at is our machine needle. Okay, this is what I use, the violin and this other type of needle. I don't really know what to call it, but this violin comes in different sizes. You have the size 14, size 16, size 18, 20, 24, depending on the kind of fabric you're working with. Okay, so it's actually recommended to have different sizes at least. So the next item we are going to be checking off our list is our hemming gum. Can you see what the hemming gum looks like? This is very important. We use this to hold the hem of our dress, the neckline of our dress, the sleeves, and all that. Okay, so hemming gum is very important. So, and also knowing where to place it is important. So the next we have on our list is our elastic tape. Can you see what it looks like? This tiny one we have here is 1/2 inch elastic tape. Can you see how tiny it is? While the white one, this is 1 inch, and the black one is 2 inches. So depending on the project you're working on, that will determine the particular size you're going to make use of. Okay, so that is it for the elastic tape. The next on our list is our office pin. Sorry, the safety pin. Okay, this is the safety pin, and you can actually use it for different purposes, but it's actually good to have it. If you watch some of our tutorials, you will see where we've used this before, and it also have other uses. So depending on the machine you're making use of, you need your bobbin and your bobbin case. So for me, I make use of a blackhead machine, and this is what I'm using. Okay, so whether you're using an industrial machine, it has a different bobbin and bobbin case, so do well to check it out. Then the next is your seam ripper. This seam ripper is very important for opening up your seams instead of using razors that might end up ripping your dress. So using the seam ripper is actually very important and safe, and it comes in different sizes as well. So the next thing we have is our needle. This needle comes in tiny, medium, and large. Then next is our scissors. Okay, personally I make use of two different kind of scissors, one for my fabric and the other one for cutting my pattern papers and cutting my seams while sewing. Okay, so it's very important you have two scissors. One should be basically for your fabric, while the other ones can be for cutting of other tiny things you want to cut in your shop. So the next item we are going to be mentioning is our calico. Calico is very important for beginners because this will help you to see all the mistakes you've done during your sewing process. So it's actually very advisable to make use of calico to practice before venturing into using other fashion fabrics. Okay, then even if you're an advanced or an intermediate learner, calico is still important for trying out new designs as a prototype before transferring into your main fabric. The next we are going to be mentioning is our lining. So linings are important. It acts as it makes your fabric come out quite weightier, especially when you're working with African prints. Okay, so that is it for the lining. So another very important item we are going to mention is our zipper. Okay, you need to have at least different sizes of zipper. This is the invisible zipper, and this is the original invisible zipper. Remember, there are two types, so when you go to the market, try to differentiate between the original and the normal invisible zipper. And for your bold zipper, this is what we are using. Can you see how bold the head is? In case you're making Ankara fabrics or any other fabric that requires these normal zippers, please try to buy the zipper with the bold head. Yes, those ones are more durable than the other. Okay, then you need two short invisible zippers as well. Now for those that are looking to transition into pattern drafting, these are the items you're going to be needing for your pattern drafting. First, these are the two types of papers we have. We have the brown paper, we have the white paper, and the both of them, they're not actually the same, but it also serves the same purpose. Okay, the brown paper is quite longer and wider in width and length, while the white paper is quite thicker than the brown paper. But depending on whatever you're doing, it still gives you the same result basically. Okay, then you'll be needing your pencil and your eraser. Please, it is not advisable to draw your patterns with markers. Okay, so even if your tutor is using marker, I think that is basically for tutorial purpose. So while doing yours, kindly make use of pencil and cleaner so you can correct any mistakes. The next is your ruler. You have the longer ruler and the shorter one, so even while sewing you still need a longer ruler. Okay, then the next I'm going to be mentioning is our curves. Now we have the hip curve. This is our hip curve, this is the armhole curve, and this is our French curve. There are other type of curves as well in the market. Okay, so when you're buying yours, if you can afford to buy the full set of curves, fine, you do that. But if you can't afford to get that, I think getting these ones are just okay. Okay, it will enable you to do your work as well. Then I won't forget to mention the masking tape. Masking tape is very important for holding your tapes together. You can actually use this, or you can actually use your gum, so whichever one that works for you. Okay, with time you will definitely find out other items to add to your collection. So guys, this is the end of our video. If you found this helpful, kindly give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.